the components which are used in tissue culture, which are heat labile components like enzymes, hormones, certain antibiotic solution, say for example serum in case of animal tissue culture, all these components should be sterilized. But they cannot be sterilized by using moist heat, right? Heat cannot be used as they are heat sensitive components. So we are using a different physical methods for separating them, and that is filtration method. So as you see in the diagram, we have here a filter cap. Okay, we are going to discuss what this instrument is. This is called as a membrane filtration assembly. This is a membrane filtration assembly where we have a membrane filter kept over here. And on that we are adding our media, and after the media gets filtered and it gets collected into the sterilized vessel, we can have sterile media. Okay, so this is a filter which is called as a membrane filter. Okay, what it does is it retains the small bacteria or viruses. Not all filters retain viruses if their pore size is very less. Okay, so if the bacteria is large and pore size of the filter is very small, so bacteria cannot enter the filter, only liquid is entering and bacteria stay on the top as a residue, and the sterile liquid is coming down. Why sterile? Because now it is free from microorganisms. So this is filtration. Now these filters are made up of diatomaceous earth, nitrocellulose or cellulose acetate. Basically what we are using are nitrocellulose filters in our lab. Okay. Now, what is a pore size? Usually, we are using a pore size 22 micrometer. Okay. So, if we have 0.45 micrometer, then most of the bacteria are removed. Okay. And 0.2 or 0.20 micrometer does not, that much is also not enough to filter viruses. So you need a level of pore size of 0.01 micrometer to filter out the viruses. This is done in most of the research lab. In our education, sterile media in the syringe, aseptically we are placing this particular syringe and then we are placing it on a sterile beaker. Okay, so when we place this syringe along with this filter, okay, and as it is a syringe, we know that we will apply pressure mechanically from this end. And slowly we have to apply pressure. Now we do not have to apply the entire muscular pressure over there. Slowly we will release from this end, and then this filter which is present here, nitrocellulose membrane, will filter the components, and here will be retained the bacteria, will be retained, whatever contaminants are there will be retained over here. So these are the microorganisms which are present in this filter. Okay, so we have seen two types of filtration assembly. These are membrane filters and these are filters, which are used in filtration process both in plant and animal tissue culture. Okay, now what are the factors which are affecting the removal of microorganisms? Okay, because to remove microorganisms, as we have discussed initially, we should need a specific pore size. Like you can see microbes over here, and they will not enter the filter if the pore size is very less. So pore size matters a lot. Okay, if the pore size is very big, you will filter in the microorganisms also. We do not want that. We want to remove the microorganisms. So we are using a specific pore size filters that is usually we use 0.22 micrometer filters. Okay, so pore size matters a lot. Then electric charge of the filter and that of microorganisms. We know that microorganisms have a specific charge, or every cell has a specific charge on its surface. Microbes are generally negatively charged. So if we have if we are using filters of specific charge, okay, they have certain positively charged groups, chemical groups present on them. What they will tend to is they will tend to retain the microbes because of the attraction in the charges. Okay, so charge is also important. pH of the solution is important, yes, because pH of the solution also imparts a specific charge on the solution, so that is important. Temperature, pressure and vacuum applied. This is more important when we are considering membrane filter assembly, like which is mentioned over here. This membrane filtration assembly is what? It is to filter out high amount of media. So if we have 20 liters or 30 liters of media, you cannot use syringe filters. You cannot use just membrane filters either. You need them to attach. You need to them to attach to a specific kind of motor or vacuum pump, which will pump this more at a faster rate, because the pore size is very less. It will enter the vessel drop by drop. You want to increase the rate at which the media is flowing, so you are attaching this to a vacuum pump, which is creating a suction over here so that this is dripped down faster. So the pressure which you are applying is very important. Why it is important is, if you are applying more pressure than which it should be applied, it causes a break in the filter and then the filtration will be improper. So you have to just apply pressure so that the solution drips faster. High pressure if applied, it will damage the filter or it will decrease the life of that filter. So we have to take that care. So they have mentioned that temperature, pressure and vacuum applied is an important factor affecting the removal of microorganisms. Now what are advantages of this filtration process? Speed, yes, if you're using the vacuum filtration process and the membrane filtration assembly, yes, the speed is good, and you can obviously separate thermolabile components. It is inexpensive because yes, a less amount of power is consumed as compared to the autoclave, right? Because in autoclave you are using a lot of electricity. Here if you are not using the vacuum pump, you are just using the membrane filtration assembly, physical process, yes, it will be inexpensive. Then here we can remove the live as well as dead organisms, any particulate matter from the solution, which is not possible in case of autoclave. Okay, if there are any suspended particles, all those things, if you are not washing your flask properly while autoclaving them and some particulate matter remains in the flask, and you are autoclaving it, it is going to come in your media while pouring in the glass jars. Okay, this is not the case in the filtration case, because everything is getting filtered. So that is an advantage over autoclaving of the filtration process. What are the disadvantages? Yes, it has quite a few disadvantages also. Like as I initially mentioned, the membrane is very fragile, a delicate membrane made up of nitrocellulose, usually which we use. If we are not using it properly, it will tend to get damaged, and if it is damaged, then the filtration will not be proper. Okay, if we are filtering large volumes, it will definitely require a lot of time, because if you have like say at least 1 liter media also, the membrane filtration assembly has a capacity of, say, depends on the size, but minimum size is say 20 ml, okay, or 30 ml. So every time you have to add some amount of media, allow it to get filtered, then add more amount of media, so it will take time. If you are using the vacuum suction method, then yes, the time would be reduced, and it is only useful when heat cannot be used. If heat is used, everyone will prefer autoclave only.